Hello, it's Chris from My Stamp Lady. I'm here with a video tutorial using one of the second release Sale-A-Bration items. So I am going to be using, this is from the middle here, I'm going to be using two things. I'm going to be using the Painted Seasons Bundle, and I'm also going to be using this Country Floral Dynamic Textured Folder. So that's where you can find the products that I'm using. And these are the sale for our Sale-A-Bration, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But if this is one of your first videos with me, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and welcome back if you're returning. I am excited about this card. This Painted Seasons is gorgeous, and it's only available through half of Sale-A-Bration. So it just started on February 15th. And it includes this stamp set that has the succulent, the flower, pine cone. So we've got a little bit of several seasons. That stamp set is actually bundled with this paper, and this paper is called the Painted Seasons Designer Paper. And it is also very, very beautiful. We've got some pictures and patterns, or designs and patterns, and I am actually not using this, but I am anxious to try and go ahead and use that. Now, coming up next month, starting March 1st, this Four Seasons Framelit die set will be available. This is going to be a purchase item. It's part of the Sale-A-Bration coordination, and with that there are, let's see, 6 products that are going to be available starting March 1st. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go down. I'll have a link to some more information about this, or you can go to my blog, mystamplady.com. I will be using this particular flower die with this card. And the Country Floral, this is available right now. This is with a $50 purchase. This is part of Sale-A-Bration. I have a link in the description below showing you where you can go to find out more about Sale-A-Bration and how you can get free products through the end of March. Gorgeous, dynamic, thick die that I will be using. I'm adding to this card items from the Well Said bundle. So it's words here, and it coordinates or comes with, right now in a bundle price, the coordinating dies that you can cut out words with. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So here's the card that we're going to be making today. Beautiful, beautiful flowers, birthday wishes. You know, you always need birthday cards. So I have all of my paper cut ahead of time. And you can go to my blog, mystamplady.com, and on my blog I will have all the sizes of the paper, and I will also have all the supplies I use. So go down in the description below to find that link to that specific post. I'm going to start out by cutting my flower, or stamping and cutting the flower. So I'm using Lovely Lipstick. This is one of the in colors. So let's just ink that up. And this is one of the distinctive stamps. This is a type of stamp that is exclusive to Stampin' Up. They've recently come out with these, and they are beautiful. So on March 1st, when these dies become available for purchase, you will be able to get the coordinating die. I need my acrylic pads with my magnetic platform, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. You can see that after that gets cut out, it leaves this white little frame around it. And I decided that I really didn't want that white frame on this particular flower. So I've taken a sponge dauber and I've inked it up with the Lovely Lipstick. I'm going to stamp it off a little bit. I'm using a very light touch because I don't want it very dark, but I'm just adding a bit of Lovely Lipstick to that edge so that white frame around it won't be so obvious. And I've done that to this flower, and then I've already gone ahead and cut out 2 additional flowers, so you didn't have to watch me cut all those out. You can see that by adding that sponging around the edge, it makes that frame less noticeable. So I've done 2 additional ones, and I can set these aside. Now I'm going to bring in my next piece of white cardstock, and this is going to be the piece where my focal image, where my flowers are going to go on. I'm taking this leaf image from the set and mint macaron, and then I'm just going to stamp my leaves up and around, and I'm trying to be sure to hang off the edges a little bit. That way my eye will not stop right at the edge. So I'm turning it, adding a few leaves here and there. And I think that's going to be about it. I'm going to leave it open just in case I need to add some more. Now I'm just going to glue down those flowers. So I'm using a little bit of my snail adhesive. And let's see, we'll put this one about right here. And one thing that's nice about having the die cut flowers is that I can hang off over the edge. I don't have to make sure I'm staying inside. It's kind of a fun little look that you can do with that. Gotta check where I stamp my, where I stamp those leaves. Okay, I'm gonna put that one there. If you're new to Stampin' Up, one thing Stampin' Up does is it provides products that are coordinated. So you can get the same ink in the cardstock, the same colors that will coordinate together, which makes putting together and assembling and placing your card together or putting your card together really nice and easy, and it has a nice finished cohesive look. So there is that piece, that focal image piece. I'm just going to give that a little rub just to let that snail adhesive set up. And I can set this aside for right now. For my one piece, this is a piece of cardstock that's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to use that Country Floral. And let's run this through the Big Shot. If you're new to the Big Shot, be sure to check out my Big Shot playlist, and I'll be adding some more videos to that Big Shot playlist coming up here very soon. But it is a wonderful machine for die cutting and embossing. So I have my Big Shot platform, my thick die, and one acrylic plate, and I'll run this through the Big Shot. Okay, so after that goes to the Big Shot, you get this amazing, gorgeous embossed piece. Look at how beautiful that is. And this is just white on white, but you can see the subtle background in there, and it's beautiful. Now I've also run through the Big Shot this subtles folder, so I've just added a slight amount of texture. It almost has a linen look to this piece of mint macaron, and I can place this down right here. Decided to use a little bit of the liquid glue. This will be nice, strong adhesive, and it will hold down these textured papers together very nicely. I'm just going to place that down right there. Give that just a second to set up. I have my solid basic black baker's twine. I love this baker's twine. It is probably the baker's twine I go through the most of. I like the nice solid color that this basic black baker's twine adds to my projects, and so I use the black baker's twine a lot. Okay, I'm just wrapped it around twice, and I'm going to tie a quick bow here to the right. Okay, I have nothing else to add to this particular piece, so I've pulled in my card base. It's a half a sheet of 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and it's scored at 4 1/4 inches, and I'm going to use a little more of that liquid glue, and we'll just place this down on the card front. This is actually my 21st Sale-A-Bration with Stampin' Up. I cannot believe how fast time goes. So we'll just hold this for a second while this sets up. Sale-A-Bration has grown. It was 1 month when I started. It was a few stamp sets, and now we have books with multiple releases. So many fun products for you to get a hold of during this special time. Okay, I think that's good. So now I want to add some sentiment to this. So I have a piece of basic black cardstock, and I'm going to use from that Well Written stamp set, or I mean die set, I'm going to use the birthday die. This will also be run through the Big Shot. I'm going to place this down on the side. I like to use the edges. There's just a tighter pressure between that area. And then one acrylic plate on top, and I'm going to run this through the Big Shot. I've just popped out. I don't want to lose that little top dot for the eye, which is what this piece right there is. Otherwise, I've popped out all my extra pieces. Okay, so we will be placing that right about there across the front. I could have put a little Sizzix adhesive sheet on the back side of this. I sometimes tend to forget to do that. So I'm using my two-way glue, adding some adhesive here down just so that I can stick down my word. Okay. Pull in my take your pick tool to help me pick that up. Put this down. I'm using the silicone mat here just so if any adhesive were to have kind of spilled over, it's not going to be a problem. It won't stick to that. So let's put down that little bit of two-way glue there. Pick up my little dot for my eye, and we can put that down just on the top. And we'll let that set up. There we go. Okay, so now I have my birthday. So we're going to set that aside for a moment. I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm taking my Tuxedo Black ink, and I'm stamping the word wishes. This is one of those sentiments from that set that coordinates with those dies. And I'm not worrying about the ends of the word here because I'm going to actually trim them off. I just use that die to get it cut evenly on the top and the bottom since it fits in there so nicely. So you can find all the supplies in my online store at Shop with My Stamp Lady. And if you're a new customer to me, I make sure that you receive in the mail a copy of all the catalogs that are currently available. So you can be sure that will come your way once you place an order in my online store. And if you would like to see the catalogs before you place an order, be sure to go to my blog, and there I will be sure to send you a copy if you request a catalog. I have a request a catalog spot, and that's what you can do, and then I'll send that off to you. Okay, so that's where I want that focal image. I've placed dimensionals on the back of this focal piece, so this will give it a little bit of lift. And then I'm just going to place this down right here over that mint macaron cardstock. Oh, I'm just loving the way this is turning out. It's going to be a gorgeous card to send off to somebody. Okay, to finish off this, I want to add a little bit of something up here in the upper corner just to draw that eye across, and I decided to grab some of the faceted dots. This is in our annual catalog right now, so I chose the black ones. I love the look of the black dots with the black and the lovely lipstick color. And so I'm just kind of setting those down here in that upper corner. I'm going to see if I can get that to move over a little bit. There we go. And I have used the Painted Seasons to create this wonderful card to send off to a friend. So if you would like to receive those catalogs, be sure to go to my blog and request them, and use the link below to find out more about Sale-A-Bration. I'm so glad to share this video tutorial with you today, and if you'd like to receive notice of more tutorials, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching.